Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for joining me for this video. My name is Leanne. Welcome to my channel, In the Garden Again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your own paper plant pots. All you need is a muffin pan, water, paper, and a bowl to soak it in. If you want to use scissors to cut the paper into strips and have more uniform shape, that's fine. I just ripped up an old Aldi paper bag and soaked it in water for at least one day. But if it soaks longer than that, it's okay. This bowl, I've actually had it soaking for a while, and I have done a batch of these paper pots so that I have something to show you before we even get started, so that if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can see what the finished product looks like, so you know that actually does work. Now, there's a little bit of a method to it, and I learned that because I did this craft a long time ago, and I forgot exactly how it was done, so I'm gonna show you. There's a little bit of a method to it. Biggest thing, you want to use pieces that are long enough to overhang the edges like this, because when you're done, you're gonna fold it over like that and it's just gonna hold it all together. Hey Bubba, I need you to be quiet. Okay, the most important step is to find a piece that's long enough to hang over the edges once you fit it inside the muffin pan. You don't have to, I'm using like a big muffin pan. You can use a regular sized one. Doesn't really matter. I would not use the mini muffin pans though. Okay, so the reason why you want to have it overhanging like this, you're gonna fill out this the rest of the way, and you're gonna put a couple of layers of the paper in it. And if you can have this base layer with made with ones that have this overhanging stretch, okay, then it'll make the whole thing have a little bit better structure. Now we'll show you the process of making. So see this one? This one's not quite long enough. If I would have just cut this up with a pair of scissors, it would have been easier to find pieces that were the right length. Alas, I did not do that for some reason. Here we go. I've got a big piece here. Sit. Okay. Not on the plastic. That's not a chair. It's a container. One of Mommy's food saving containers. Okay. Once a little bit is crisscrossed and you have some that are overhanging, they do not all have to be. At least, like, they don't have to be long enough to have both ends overhang. I'll just put this in here. Make sure at least one end is overhanging so it can be folded over. That's why I don't want you to do that. Say, I will not do that. Sorry, I'm trying to give you a good angle to see this, and it might not be the best. Sometimes I just like put a little one in the bottom just to give it a little more oomph. Sometimes I do like a cross piece too, alternating the direction that I'm putting the pieces in. Now, this area, see, I didn't even follow my own advice and go around and around and around. I got distracted. It just shows that there's really, the beginning step is really the most important one. The rest is kind of just up to however you feel like it. You just want like some cross pieces that are long enough to overhang so that they hold the rest of it together once it dries. Otherwise it'll all just flake apart. So this is just a little finishing touch. If you wanted to, you could leave it like that, let it dry and cut it. But what I like to do is just fold it over like this. That is that. One last little touch is I like to take some pieces at the very end and put them in horizontally just to kind of keep the shorter edges from popping up when it all dries out. Again, these are the finished products. This is an example of why you want to use pieces that overlap the edge, because it'll do that when it dries up. You want them to overlap. Let me focus. I want it to overlap and fold over, because then when it dries, it'll hold it in. This wasn't long enough to do that. It'll still work, so that's why I'm keeping it. And yeah. They're not quite as sturdy as the ones that you'd get from the store that are made out of like the coconut core, but you can make them at home yourself. You already have a bunch of Aldi bags. So you already have a bunch of Aldi bags that you're probably not going to use again because the handles always rip off of them. And they're just more annoying to carry than regular bags. So I know, at least for people like me, I have a lot of paper Aldi bags accumulated that I like to find things to do with. So rip them up or cut them up into strips. Cutting them up into strips is probably a little more efficient, just because you're not like going through the big bucket of water looking for a strip that's long enough to start each cup, but not really that necessary. It was kind of fun for me to include Jack in it and have him rip up the paper. That was fun. I helped rip up the paper, and I ripped up most of the paper, but Jack did help. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you want more videos like this where I'm doing crafts for the garden, then please leave me a comment below and subscribe to the channel, please. If you need a friend to learn how to garden with, I'm your girl. Happy gardening.